Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about some of the initiatives that we've taken, and I welcome you to our YouTube channel. I am Pawan Prasad and I work for as a director of Onsite International, and we have a series of initiatives that we have taken to create awareness for different opportunities to work with us and with the chance and a possibility to settle abroad. Today we'll help you to get some clear idea about what different type of visa categories or work permit category that we can possibly apply to get a person who is highly qualified as a software engineer to work with us. But this initiative we have created for Onsite International UK Limited, which is a company operating in UK for more than 7 years now, and also Aspire Onsite, which is a kind of a divisional initiative within our company. In this episodes, we are going to discuss about different types of visa process, on-site working lifestyle, and on-site job opportunities, which we feel will be good for the engineers who would like to associate with us with the longevity of business and some kind of sustainability, which will allow them to have a lifestyle that they want to choose for themselves in a European country, and also in the process be associated with us to grow the company and our initiative in the European territory. Today in this episode we will discuss about the gateway to European Union, that is commonly called as blue permit work visa, which will route you to the European Union along with some different kind of job opportunities that we can create from time to time. So what is the whole idea of doing this? We obviously have some kind of interest with the business that we try to expand, and having operated in UK for more than 7 years now, and having worked with some of the banks and some of the largest system integrators in the world like TCS, Virtusa, Wipro, HCL, Capgemini, and also Sable. So the whole idea is to interact with people like you who are doing well in your software industry, who has an aspire to work with a client in an on-site country in Europe. We're primarily talking about Europe, and we do have operation that we have started in Spain and in Netherlands at the moment, and we're hoping that we should be able to operate in Portugal, Belgium, and Romania. Why these countries? The world is changing fast, and people are having kind of an arbitrage on the human talent, and they have shortage of people to work in their own country, and as a result they're relying on software professionals from outside. So what is the bare minimum essential information that you need to know? Now, whatever we're talking about, I'll be referring to some of the notes as I'm talking to you. And this details that I'm trying to share with you are based on the rules of the EU Blue Card, which were amended in 2021. Now, it basically means that they're looking for certain type of people with certain talent to come and work in a chosen country where there is a skill shortage, or at least the country believes there's a skill shortage, and they'll benefit by allowing people to come and work with them and give them an opportunity to work in the country, adopt the lifestyle, and possibly settle there. So that is what a blue card is. A blue card basically entitles you to work in a particular country along with an employee with some kind of a job offer to you and work at a client place. So that's the basic essence of what a blue permit is. And there are certain criteria and eligibility which needs to be done and needs to be met. So some of the factual things like these particular category applies to people who can be classified as highly qualified worker wishing to work in an EU country. So that's the basic premises of this particular. Now this card, blue card, the so-called EU blue card, will entitle you to work from outside the EU and have the right to live and work in an EU country, provided you have some professional qualifications such as university degree, an employment contract, or a binding job offer with a higher salary compared to an average EU person. Which means, though the government is allowing you to come to the country, it is also expected that the employer or the people who is employing such people do not put them to any kind of a disadvantage, and they do have at least 1.5 times of the average salary that can be demanded by a local native resident of that country. So in a way, there is a differentiation in terms of the category of people, in the sense that the person that you're trying to employ, people like us, we have to ensure that we're paying a salary which is a little higher than the local salary, that in our local average salary. So it's based on the average salary, and the offered salary must be at least 1.5 times higher than the average salary. So that's the expectation. So why does it interest us? It does interest us because we are in need of people to work in this country. And as we try to expand our footprint, we do need people. And there's a professional relationship in what we're trying to do. So it benefits the person who is wanting to come to the country. It benefits people like us who are trying to expand the business. And there is a kind of an effort to bring such people and associate with us for a longer period of time. So I've explained that what is a blue card so far. What do you need to be qualified? You need to be qualified as at least a university degree qualification in software or engineering. You should be having the language competency, which essentially many people may not have the local country's language, but English is one of the accepted languages across most of the European countries. But having a local language like Spanish, Dutch, or Belgium, or Spanish, Romania, that will help in terms of trying to work in those kind of environment. The other thing is that if you are looking for people from non-EU country, the application process, is it going to be given less priority compared to the local citizen or local resident? The answer is no and yes. You will not be given priority, but you may not be considered if the local workforce can meet the demand that a particular industry is looking for. So people like us, if we're looking for some people, we have to demonstrate that whether we can get such people from the local market or not. If not, then we have to obviously go to the outside the EU to get such people. The reality is, yes, there is a demand for many skill sets within the software sector, which the industry will be in a position to absorb, and people like us will be in a position to employ. Which means higher category of software, like you have data science or higher software developers, solution architects, and people like that. Now, the obvious question is, if we are getting a European blue card, how long it is valid? You can typically apply for blue card varying from 1 year to 3 years in most of the countries, and it is kind of extendable depending on a situation and scenario. The fundamental thing that you need to know is that some of these countries will allow people to work in other European countries, provided they have worked for 1 year or 18 months in a designated country from where they start their employment first. Now, EU consists of about 27 countries at the moment, and 2 countries out of this, which is Norway and Ireland, they are not participant of this particular scheme. Earlier, before Brexit, UK was part of this scheme, but now they are not. Now, let's look at the average salary first. The average salary that is acceptable in most of these countries will vary from 36,000 to maybe 56,000 euros per year. Every country has a different kind of a tax regime, which the details can be seen from the website of the respective country. Some of these countries, they do offer kind of an incentive for expatriates. For example, in Netherlands, we have a 30% ruling, which means 30% of your gross salary generally is not taxed, and other things are taxed. You do have consideration like social security, employment security, and tax and the health security. Now, most of the time, the employer and the employee, they're expected to make payments towards this contribution to the government so that the sustainability of the person is maintained. Which means you have some kind of an insurance for job. In case you lose a job with a particular employer, you're entitled to stay and possibly get paid something like close to about 80% of your salary by the government. Now, all of this thing is done in a professional consideration. It's expected that the genuinity of opportunity should be there, genuinity of the employer intention should be there, the employee's intention should be there, and then you get a good cohesive system where the whole thing works end to end. In terms of the cost of the work permit or getting a work permit, generally the prerogative of getting the EU card or application for the EU card will lie with the candidate itself or the consultant, if I may refer to, and the employer can also pay towards it. But the application technically is made by the consultant based on a job offer or employment offer contract given by the deemed employer, in which case, in our case, we are looking at ourselves as a possible employer. And in order to strengthen that, we need to reach out to our own clients, the system integrators and their client, to explain them upfront that this is what we're trying to do and this is how we're going to operate, and then create the whole ecosystem for this thing. Depending on the country, the cost of the blue card can vary from 400 euros to maybe about 150, 170 euros. The cost not being too much as compared to UK to get a work permit, where it can go as high as about maybe 9,000 to 14,000 for a family for a period of 3 years. So I hope this has given some clarity on the basic requirement to understand and possibly excite you about looking into this opportunity. Now, how long does it take to get a blue card? Once we have evaluated a person's suitability for a role that either we are looking for or a role that could be in demand in a particular industry, and we are looking at it on a kind of not a speculative basis, but in a projected basis, based on a forecasting, these are the kind of people that the industry needs over this period. The time taken to get the blue card issued to you and allow you to travel can vary from 30 days to 90 days. Most of the cases, you should be able to get it within 30 days. But by and large, if there are more queries to be done, more clarity to be required, it can go up to 90 days also. I hope with this thing, I'm able to clearly communicate to you that why blue card, what are the advantages of it, what it could entitle for. Now, obviously, many questions will arise to you that who we are, what we are, and what we can do. Obviously, we're a small company with about 100 people in 2 companies that we're operating in here. We have a successful operation out of India, Netherlands, and UK as of now. We have done some business in Spain and Belgium. And my partner and myself, we have got an experience of more than about 25 years in UK. And we are very confident of enjoying kind of a very sustainable relationship with at least for more than 22 years with engineers practically, about 25 years in it. And we have helped engaging with at least 1,400 engineers so far between our experience. And within Onsite, we have engaged more than about 400 people, out of which at least 100 are working with us at the moment. And I hope that these details will allow you to make up your mind and approach us. And to know more about the visa process, keep watching our YouTube channel from time to time. And you will also be able to get a lot of detail from our website, which is www.aspireonsite.com. And I'd also like to name 2 people who will be involved in this initiative. One is Mr. Vipul Kopar, who is the founding director of Onsite International UK and Aspire Onsite. And we have Durga Prasad Sahu, who is operating out of India and who is responsible for our social campaign. And I hope you will enjoy this video, and perhaps we will have the opportunity to interact more in the future. Thank you.